Welcome back to the county seat. Commissioner Mattson was about to make a point when I so rudely interrupted him for a commercial break, but I wanted you to have plenty of time to talk about it. So let's address the issue of mines going to standby. What's your thought on that?
I think from a standby standpoint, any issues and concerns about it, is that knowing what I know about the feds and particularly BLM and the rest, is that they've got good regulatory protections in there for the public and the lands that are out there. If they didn't, we wouldn't be doing this sort of thing. So I don't know that necessarily is really the issue. A little earlier, there was a comment regarding the mining. There's been statements made that there will be strip mining, particularly in the Grand Canyon.
I have heard that from certain advocacy groups and part of their press releases.
And that's all part of the misinformation process. I think it would be important that we have that sort of thing better understood. These sites are basically 20, 25 acres. It's kind of like a Walmart parking lot. And it's really interesting. We all should go to them, particularly as they're being operated and the ones that have already been operated.
Okay, what about the water issue? You were talking about that as well, and I know that's a concern of the county supervisor. So,
well, it appears to be one of the justifications for the withdrawal. But if you look at these breccia pipes and their minerals that are contained therein, they've been around for millions of years. They're already ones that have sloughed off and have gotten into the local drainages and canyons and things. But if you look at the size of those mining operations, the water has to be hauled in, the water's got to be treated and taken out. There's little likelihood that is a problem, and I think it's an environmental red herring.
Any other comments?
Yeah, with respect to my friend Jim. There are really two parts of the water issue, and I'm not a hydrologist, nor is anyone in our county a hydrologist. The radiation issue I can't speak to, but there is, according to the EIS study, 10.2 million gallons of water will be used at each mine, which will be groundwater. That has the potential for some unknown impact on seeps and springs in the Grand Canyon. How much, I don't know. But there is the necessity to pump over 10 million gallons in the operation of each mine of groundwater. That has not been a huge issue for us, in the grand scheme of things. That's not a vast amount of water, but collectively, that's a lot of water to withdraw.
Scott, did the EIS address that at all?
It does. And actually, there's two issues with regards to water. There's the effects on the deep aquifer that underlies, the general area, it's associated with the Withdrawal formation, the regional aquifer. It's about 2,000 feet below the surface. So most of the water that would be used, most of the mine sites do have a deep well that they use for watering at the surface, for watering if they need dust control inside the mine, and other uses. So those wells wouldn't affect the seeps and springs because those are associated with the perched aquifer, which is much higher. But some of the issues associated with the perched aquifers is that if a mine shaft is located nearby one of those seeps or springs, and as a part of the mining process, sinking the shaft, it could encounter one of those perched aquifers and de-water one of those springs. That's a possibility. It's fairly low, but it is a possibility. I don't know that it's ever happened. I don't think it's ever happened with any of the mines that have been developed. But if you look at the EIS, the reason some of the alternatives, the partial withdrawal alternatives, are configured the way they are is to account for some buffer zones around some of the springs and seeps that would, kind of withdraw those areas that are in close proximity to those springs. So it's an issue. All the water issues, I would just refer people to the EIS for the analysis there, and also the USGS report, which is, provides some of the underlying science that the analysis is based on.
I think if there's any good news in this question, or what we're talking about, is that at least the uranium mineral aspects of this would be removed.
Well, that is a good point. The one thing that we have not touched on yet is indeed the one that's always important to the rural communities of not only our state, but Arizona and other states, and that is the economic impact. And we will address that when we come back with the county seat. We'll be back in just a minute.
Logan, Utah. We've got it all and so can you. It's in your own backyard.
How would you spend an extra day in Utah Valley? Stay one more day. Visit utahvalley.com to make reservations. Utah Valley. Bring everyone together.
What are the words that describe the perfect destination? Finding them all in one place is easy if you know where to look. Having fun cruising in the sun, August 4th through the 6th at the Millard County Fair. Contests, rock crawling, outdoor movies, improv, and a tractor pull. We look forward to seeing you there. Millard County, Utah. Find out what you've been searching for. There's a lot to see and do in Duchesne County this month. Beginning August 1st through the 6th is the Uinta Basin in celebration. Join us in Roosevelt for this annual event that has been going on for more than 75 years. The entire week includes sporting events, arts, crafts, pet show, games, and the grand finale Saturday night with fireworks and Chuck Wicks. Duchesne County, close enough for business, far enough to get away.